It is hot out here, so I will not keep y'all long. But I will say that we are happy to be here today because I know this has been an issue for a long time, and that is the Banks High School demolition work. In 2007, Banks High School closed its doors, and for more than a decade it stood here, continuing to fall in disrepair. And so in its day, Banks was a signature component of this community, and there are a lot of community members that are out here present. But today it has become a symbol of blight to the residents that call this community their home. Our administration has committed to removing that blight, and today, thanks to partnership with ADEM, we were able to identify funds to begin the demolition of this process. I think I do want to take the time to explain why demolition is so important. Once the site is clear, we will be able to market it to future developers to add new life to this part of the neighborhood. And the paper fell off. Since January 2018, I'd like to remind the community that we have demolished nearly 1,200 structures, prioritizing long blighted areas that were holding back development, including the Ramsey McCormick Building, Banks High School, Century Plaza, and more. And our strategy has been to eliminate the community eyesores as we usher in new development throughout the entire city. Banks has served its community well, and now it's time we serve Roebuck Springs, South Eastlake, and the other surrounding areas just as well by providing new opportunity and new life for its residents. One last note is a huge thank you, and that is to Councilor Hunter Williams for his dedication and commitment, and for pushing me as well as the administration and doing something with this site. I also want to thank the residents and the neighborhood leadership of Roebuck and South Eastlake. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your commitment to this area, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. Now I want to invite Councilor Hunter Williams up to provide a few remarks.
Thank you, Mayor Woodfin. I think when the mayor says thank you, I think he's more rejoiceful that I can stop calling him every single day and emailing him every single day about this site. But in all seriousness, one thing that one of the first conversations that Mayor Woodfin and I had in City Hall was right after the initial budget did not pass for the first time in the 6 weeks prior to Mayor Woodfin actually being sworn in and having an oath of office. We identified several different things that were things that we both have noticed on the campaign trail. Things that the community had wanted for sometimes even decades, but several years. And this is one of them. We went through a lot of different efforts to see a potential use for this site, from 2 different RFPs to engaging Auburn Urban Design Studios to see if there can be any sort of synergy with the site across the street for commercial development. And we ended up at this phase here today. It was a promise that both Mayor Woodfin and myself made to this community to make sure that we will not only tear down this blighted structure, but to take something that is detrimental and taking away from property values in this neighborhood and turning it into a city asset. What the site behind me really represents is decades of neglect from City Hall to the eastern side of Birmingham. And what today shows is that City Hall does care about the eastern side of Birmingham. City Hall does care about this neighborhood and this community, and we will partner with this neighborhood and community, continue to partner with this neighborhood and community to make sure that they get the attention that they need from downtown. So I'm excited that this day has actually happened. I'm excited to be able to have worked through all the different efforts that the mayor's office and my office did to see this day come to fruition. And I want to thank the mayor and his team for all their work on it.
All right. That's it. No questions? You know, I've learned a lot about when to do wishful thinking. I think what we've been consistent on is partnering with the community. So no different than what Councilor Williams said not once but twice, there was a RFP process done for what could be potential on this site. I think we continue what we started. Once the site is clear, we continue to listen to residents. So I think it's important that we listen more so than what we want to project here. Well, outside of an actual tangible project, I think it's anything that actually complements this community, complements these single-family homes here. That's a good question. I don't know the answer. This is a big project. Come on over here. She can answer. Thank you so much, young lady. I do know her name. I'm tripping. I'm just going to give her the mic.
Denise Bell. I serve as the Director of Capital Projects. The end date is late fall of this year.
Could have stayed over. Just stay with us. They're going to ask you something.